Hello, how are you beautiful people? So, I've seen a lot of questions asked about where to use equipment, how to use it, what your frequency should be, transmit power, that sort of stuff. But the biggest one is where do you use small radios, moderate radios, larger radios? So, because we have ready access to a ton of ubiquity gear, we'll be doing the NanoStation Loco and the NanoStation and the LightBeam AC. So that's what we're going to be covering today in this horrible abomination of a video that I'm about to make for you. Alright, so we're back at the original site now, and we're doing a test through the trees. And I don't know if you can see the, yeah, you can see it up here. NanoStation Loco on my little pole. We've got a NanoStation Loco up here, and then just connecting back to the tower over there on Stuart Street. And so now that we've got an understanding of what kind of experiment we're doing right now, let's just go back over here to the back of the vehicle, and we shall switch over to the other cam. Okay, so let's go over here. Well, that mic is a little spicy. We might have to rely on the camera mic for that one. Can I turn it down just a little bit? Let's turn it down just a little bit, because I don't want it to... There we go. That looks reasonable. Okay, so now let's go over here. So, you can look down. Hey, camera. I should have had a light shining on me over here, but whatever. Okay, so we're here. So we're at, oh, look at how, I don't think this is accurate right now, but we're at 450 meters, it says. I'm pretty sure we're more or less at about 200 meters, 220. Still haven't done the Google Maps thing yet, but if you look on here, it's a little bouncy, but we are shooting through that foliage. So we've got a couple of bushes where it looks like we're catching a chimney, and there is a whole row of trees, and this Loco is still punching through. Now, in my professional opinion, it is very close to the ground. We're sitting at about 6 feet right now. If this thing was up on the side of the building on the east trough, like the downspout, will probably be a lot better, but still, look at this. We're shooting from the ground through canopy, and we're 192 to 233. We're bouncing a lot. Modulation is low. By the way, you don't want your modulation low like that, because that'll cause issues with anybody else connected to it. So anyway, that being said, that is definitely looking pretty decent at this distance. So there's our test there. No, I'm not going to do a speed test from here, because these results, if you're used to your equipment and what you'll see with speed tests, you've got a good rough idea here. So anyway, this is the first site we're testing in about 200-ish meters. I can't wait to look on Google Earth and see how wrong I was about my distance, but at least we're shooting through trees right now. Okay, so now we're going to go down the road and test from a different site, and unfortunately I found out I need to repair this. So the tampon doesn't work, so we won't be able to test this. We'll only be using a LightBeam for the next tests, okay? So, on to the next site. Okay, we're at the next site now. I'm not sure exactly what our distance is. It's saying that we're 750 meters, but if you look, you'll see right there between the perspective, I'm watching the screen, right there between the house and the tree, you will see the little tower peak. And so we are pointed directly at it, and there's just only minor obstructions. I mean, like, from here I can almost completely see the actual sectors on the tower there, so that's a pretty good sign. So if we look here now, you're going to see that we've got full modulation, 8x8. We're getting like 342 by 331. The only reasons why there's a variance is, of course, because of the amount of gain on this antenna here versus the one on the other side. Now you can see it's bouncing between perfect and not perfect. So this is really cool. Now, watch this. We're going to drop it. Alright, so it dropped it a little bit, so it should have some more obstructions in the way. And you see it's restabilizing, so it's coming back up, but now it's actually definitely shooting through some trees, and it's slightly off angle. So if we try to rotate it, there, we're shooting straight at the sector now. Yeah, 252 by 248. So you see how much it decreased just by adding a little bit of foliage in the way, and I think we're now shooting through an east trough too, but just for shits and giggles, just drop it all the way down and see what happens. Alright, so now we're definitely through some obstructions now. So now we're actually shooting at the side of the house here. But of course, these things have decent electrical up tilt and down tilt on them, okay? So we're at 291 by 218, so it's still a fairly decent connection, even shooting through all that garbage right there. Now we're going to go up the street some more and see what we can get, okay? So, oh, and actually, you know what? Why don't we do this? I'm just going to point it in the opposite direction and just see what happens. So we're still pretty close. It's still connected. 97.2 by 108. And as you can see, I've got it facing that way next to my truck here. There we go. It is down here. By the way, again, I'm sorry about the shadows. This is my first time recording from the back of the vehicle. Otherwise, I would have put a light here to illuminate me as well. See, like that. So, but anyway, yeah, so even though it's facing the wrong direction and it's behind a building, we still have a decent signal. So on to the next step. All right, so we're back at the Lexicon building that we were at this morning, and we're doing another test. So it's saying here in the software, let me go over here. We're at 750 meters, which I don't know if that's entirely accurate because there's no GPS in this thing. But anyway, we're at full modulation here, 8x8. We are shooting through some obstructions right here. And yeah, as you can see, it still looks pretty good. I mean, like, we're almost perfectly matched. I mean, like, the delta is only up by 1 on this end and 4 on the other end. So, and let's check out the constellations here. And there we go. I really do look forward to looking on Google Maps and seeing what our actual distances are. But yeah, you can see the tower right there. It's where is it? Okay, so I'm coming up from the tree. It's over that hydro pole right there. You can see the tippy top of the tower. You can't see our sectors anymore, but because we're shooting through that willow tree. But that's about it. So I guess on to the next site. Okay, I'm pretty sure that we are definitely recording. We are good. All right, so now we're down by Sherbrooke. Or sorry, King. We're at King Street and Stuart Street, and we're testing again. And the tower is roughly above, I would say, just that tallest tree right there. It's just up there. And as you can see, we still, I'm pretty low, and I'm still getting like, let's see here, negative 68. We're still modulating at roughly about 4 times here, as you can see, with a pretty decent delta. And we're at 157 by 144. And by the way, that is not 750 meters. It is far more than that. I am absolutely entirely sure. But now, I'm just gonna, oh, look at that. See, with the trees moving, you can see how much we gain. But let's try taking down just a little bit, so. Okay, so we've lowered it, so we've lost elevation here. And even with all the obstructions in the way, there's lots of trees, as you can see in the signal path here. Yeah, we're still doing pretty good. So we are sitting here at 187 by 207, negative 64, and our modulation is still 6x with a delta of 2. And let's take a look at our constellations here. And the grouping on the constellations is actually still looking pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. We've definitely lost some, as you can see. I mean, like, there's not as much density here at all, but I mean, look at that. So, and of course, we're going to be taking a look at this again on Google Earth. I'm going to do a little circle and put little pegs where I've been, right? So this is the next test. Let's go down the street some more, because I mean, like, I'm actually kind of shocked that Loco is able to punch through all the foliage that it's going through right now and getting this kind of a signal still. Right here, by the way, with the modulation almost at 8 times, this is about the tipping point where I would just recommend going with a either more elevation or going something like a LightBeam AC or a LightBeam AC, okay? Or, you know, go with the tampon. Go with the tampon. The tampon. Yay. I feel like I'm just silhouette. I am so sorry, but whatever. You get the point. I'm talking to you and pointing at an OBS capture, so on to the next spot. Thank you. Recording, good. See, I like having a screen, a flippy screen on the back of my camera, because so I can actually know that things are working. Hey, I just realized I might actually have a light in here. Do I have a light in here? I don't. Oh, I do. I've got a light. I've got a work light. That'll probably work. Yes, that'll work. Now I am illuminated. I don't know if that's enough though, because of how bright it is outside. But anyway, I digress. So now we are at Sherbrooke Street. So we are just past Sherbrooke on Stuart still. And if we look at the OBS capture here, we're still at we're still modulating at like 6x. We're actually better than when we were up the street here. Now we're getting about 210 by 253 megabits per second. A little bouncy because obviously there's canopy and foliage in the way, right? But look at this. We're all the way down here and I'm still using a Loco. Pretty cool, eh? I know somebody's going to be a hater and totally crucify me about the lack of proper lighting on me, but whatever. Eat it. So here we are. So that's yet another street we've come down, and we have still got a connection, still with the Loco, haven't moved on yet. So now let's see how much further we can go with this Loco before the Loco doesn't work anymore. I'm actually kind of shocked, to be honest. So here we go. All right, so we're still at the same spot. I just switched from the Loco over to the LightBeam AC. So let's see what we've got here. So this thing actually has a GPS in it, so it's saying 600 meters now. Cool. I haven't moved the tripod. We're still in exactly the same position here, but I've moved to the LightBeam. So as you can see, it's dropped like 10 dB. So we're down to like 71, 75, 86 to 149. The modulation's still all over the place, but yeah, 78, 80, like that's thick foliage we're shooting through from here at Dalhousie. We're shooting through an entire row of trees, as you can see along here. Yeah, that's a lot of shit that we're shooting through to get back to that tower over there, and we'll be able to actually see the line. I'll draw a line for that on Google Earth when I get back and do the Google Earth portion of this video. But yeah, I mean, like, that did actually make a big jump. It's not stable. I'm gonna try dialing this in just a tiny bit. Wow, that made a big difference, just adjusting the tilt on it. Let's try that. Clearly, you know, I'm using a tripod, so I can't really dial this in perfectly, but I'm just trying. There's also a strong chance I might hit a low, but not get on shot, so. No, that's worse. Yeah, it's a little bit better. No, it's around the same. If anything, no, it's gotten worse. What do we got here? 82. Holy shit. I almost got a sweet spot here. Oh, I got it down to, here we go, 67. It's still not modulating great. I mean, like, this is trash. We're at, like, Yeah, it's CISO. It's not even... This one's CISO right now. Let's see right here. Let's check the constellation and see how bad that looks right now. Let's see here. Oh, I gotta go to the dashboard, sorry. There's the tools on here. Constellation. Oh yeah, look at that. I'll let you guys do what you will with this information. Yeah, we are definitely out of the territory where the Loco can actually cut it, but realistic, the LightBeam's not like that much better. I mean, it makes it usable, and clearly in a situation like this, we strategically go higher or find a better vantage point for the connection. So, alright, let's keep going down the street. This is great, because I never thought to go, I'm kind of winging it, as I do usually with my videos, but I'm just going to keep going down the street and see what we can get as we get further away from the tower. Alright, so, we are now on Townsend. I'm actually on Townsend, just a little bit east. I'm like, you can see how far I am from the corner here. Take a look. So this is roughly my position right here, and I've got the Loco up again. We're still fucking connected, and we're shooting through a ton of trees, by the way, so I might just literally be surviving on Fresnel zone right now, so yeah, -80. And by the way, never install a connection to -80. Alright, so we're at 75 by 43, we're still... Let me see if I can adjust this any. Now, these guys have a really wide swing on them, they're like -60, but, or sorry, they're like 60 degrees, I think. Try like that. Alright, so that's that. So this is the Loco. It's not so shit hot. We're in CISO right now. Let's see our constellations here. Yeah, there's not that much. It's getting messy. I'm actually shocked we're connected at -80 right now. I mean, the noise flare is non-existent and I'm inside the city. Okay, so let's switch over. Let's go over to the LightBeam now, so... Alright, we've got the LightBeam on here now. Let's see here. By the way, I feel like a total doughhead because I forgot my batteries for this camera, so I've been I think the USB port on it's actually charging it, which never worked properly before. I had problems with that, but again, I'm kind of winging it. I brought 3 cameras, and this is supposed to be the one that's for perspective, I guess, seeing me, and the other one was supposed to be the one I talk into, which was the one I did the other clips with. So let's try this. Okay, I'm still waiting for it to boot up. Here we go. Alright, it fell over. The wind is really bad today, by the way. Let's see what kind of a connection we can get now. These come off really easily. That's so irritating, these little cover things. Like these don't really... If there was a screw through it, it might be a better idea, because it'll also make it easier to replace. Alright, so let's see here. Okay, we are connected. -79, -76, -71, -72, beauty, 38. That made a big difference plowing through all that shit. Actually, you know what? This is great for us because it means there's more people we can actually hook up with this thing. I'm actually kind of shocked. In fact, I think I'm going to send Thomas this information. But you can see the variations due to trees that's swinging wildly. Like, a lot. Mind you, if we had more elevation on this, it would probably behave a lot better. So, pretty cool, though. So we're almost at 100 megs receive. Sorry, we're 31 megs. 31 megs is about what we can download right now. And we can upload at about 101. So, that means this is probably in alignment. I might be able to get it up a little bit. Let's see. Now I know that I'm on a side lobe. The axis is dipping. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Oh, look at that. She crashed. It'll come back up in a second, though. Let's see here. So, just with a rough alignment, barely putting any effort into it, you can see that this is actually still behaving pretty good. So, it connected both with the Loco, and it connected even better with the LightBeam right here. So, that's not bad. Let's keep going. Wow, computers can be really dumb. Alright, so I'm here between Wolf and Perry on Stuart-ish, where Stuart would be if it carried through. And I'm in front of Kawartha Restaurant Supplies, and yes, free plug. Kawartha Restaurant Supplies. Looks like they're actually a really awesome place to go. But anyway, so I've got this Loco here, still Loco. Holy shit, I can't believe that I've got a 79, 83. I don't know if that's reflections or what, but it's still connected and it's still able to... It's still usable. I tried tilting it a little bit. Well, no, it's very bouncy from the leaves and stuff that's in the way, but look at that. So we're still, now we're shooting through tons of canopy. Here, let me grab the camera. Alright, let's take a look at what we're seeing here. So that's what we're shooting through. We're shooting through all that, all the way back up to Hunter and Stuart. Wow, eh? We're shooting through all of that and it's still connecting. Let's switch it over to the whatchamajigger. Here we go, over to the LightBeam. Where is it? Alright, here we go. Just need to reconnect. Alright, I'm gonna refresh this. Let's see if it works. By the way, I have the song Il Monde Parfait by, what's her name? Something Metrose. I can't remember, but it's such a great song, stuck in my head right now. It's like, it's a kid's song, but it's like very surreal. And I mean, like, the music video itself is pretty kiddie, pretty old rendering, kind of old 3D, but it's really cool. Good song. Elona Metrese, un monde. See, my mouth doesn't even do French. I haven't a hard enough time with English. Un monde parfait. Un monde parfait by, whatever. Look it up. It's a good song. It's stuck in my head. It's an earworm. Alright, so we're still... Wow, I can't believe that my camera's charging. Okay, cool. This is a stable connection. It's not great. It's a pretty sad connection because it's only CISO, but shit, look at that. Okay, let's try turning it in. Let's bring this over closer to the truck so I can actually see what I'm looking at. Ha! I actually made it better somehow. I'm sure that's side lobe though. There's no way. 1.5 kilometers, by the way. And I think right there is the best. And I think I need a little bit of up tilt. There we go. Oh, I fucked that right up. It's not great. Okay, and yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so there's a LightBeam now. Not much better, but considering that we're literally shooting through an entire path of trees, I can't wait to see the actual signal path when we look at Google Earth, because that's going to be really cool. But I want to see where we can't connect anymore, so I'm going to go down one more block and see what we get. So on to the next one. Okay, so now we've gone down Park Street. So we're currently at Park and Stuart. So wait a sec. Is it Park and Perry? I think it's Perry. Maybe. No, Park and Stuart. Stuart rolls around like this. And we're right across from Park Street Dentistry. And as you can see, I'm connected at 150. Oh, it's balancing. It's not a perfect connection at all, but wow. With the LightBeam, I'm still connecting. It's actually, it might be good enough for the Loco to work with. So let's plug the Loco in and see what she'll do. This is actually pretty cool. And let's take a look at what the constellation looks like here as well. I'm actually MIMO right now, so that's quite impressive. Ugh. Alright, we're going to hook up the Loco. Let's do that. Alright, she's booting. I'm kind of excited to see what's happening here. Make sure OBS is still recording. I don't trust things. I'm not a very trusting person in the sense that I don't trust a lot. Here we go. Clickety click, UBNT. Holy shit, it's connected. Around the same kind of strength as a LightBeam. Nearly. Like within 5 dB. Holy shit. Would you look at that? But it's CISO, it is CISO. It's bouncing between CISO and MIMO here. You guys can look at the numbers for yourself. That's why I'm trying to position it the way it is. And by the way, yes, the AP that we're using at the other end is a LiteAP Gps. They're cheap. You can put 20 clients on them, but they perform. Let's take a look at the constellation now. That's shocking that we're at 1.5 kilometers shooting through tons of obstructions. Still, here, I need you guys to see what I'm seeing, basically. So I'm going to unclamp the camera and see what our view looks like from here. So this is precisely what the Loco's looking at now. So I'm shooting right past that light there. I'm shooting. So I've got this centered in roughly the same direction. Maybe a little bit more like that. I'm trying to center the camera to be exactly the way that the Loco is. That's what we're seeing right here. So yeah, that's I am still shocked. Shocked. On to the next testing site, I guess. We're just gonna keep going till it stops. I honestly can't believe this. I'm at the corner of Park and Romaine now, at the parking lot where the convenience store here is, where it says 1.95 kilometers right now. I'm connected with a Loco. The Loco is actually connected, as you can see here. It's connected with CISO, but Jesus Christ. I can't even believe that that's connected. It just doesn't want to give up. I honestly have no idea. I have no idea how this is still connecting. I mean, I can't even believe that the noise floor claims it's as clean as it is. It can't be, because we're in like, we're down in, well, we're just above the Wi-Fi territory, but shit, man. This is bonkers. I'm gonna try the Staples parking lot next, I guess, or see what that works, or how that works. I'm not even gonna bother with the LightBeam at this point, because, I mean, like, we know that it's not gonna be much better than this. We're seeing the limitations of these devices right now, but I mean, now I'm just going for a Hail Mary to see what the fuck it's capable of doing, so, onward and upward. I'll show you what we're looking at, by the way. So, we're looking at, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at, I think we're actually shooting through the steeple of that church, or through the trees next to it. So, this is gonna be a good test in the capabilities of my mental memory of like how things work, or like how things are laid out in this town, where our signal path is, you know? Alright, so here we go. I'm gonna stop the play or the record and on to the next spot. Alright, I think we've finally done it. I don't think we can get a signal anymore. So we are all the way here down at the Staples on Park Street here. And so we're all the way down at almost at Park and Lansdowne, and we don't have a connection anymore. That's it. That's all she wrote. But let's see if this dish will pick it up. I don't expect it to, but let's give it a shot. Here we go. This is literally for shits and giggles. This is a Hail Mary to see if it'll actually do it, but I don't have a lot of faith right now that this is actually going to connect. There's no way I can connect from down here. I'm like shooting through like a forest worth of trees right now, and yeah, it's no bueno, man. Still booting. God, I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna have to head home and get some food. There's no way. I'm saying this because I'm kind of expecting some kind of a weird, oh my god, it worked situation here, but yeah, I don't see it. We'll try doing a site survey. Let's see here. Alright, so let's see if we can actually pick anything up. Well, I can see with the negative 92 here in the chart, but it's definitely not, it's a negative 92 now. We're out of range, finally. And in this video, by the way, believe it or not, took me roughly about 4 hours to do today, so I was hoping to get more than one video done today, but this might be the only one, although it's a very valuable video, I would say, in my opinion, so.
Ciao.